Welcome to our show, A Gentleman's Take, a video podcast where we offer a more refined and sophisticated view on everything in this journey we call life.
All from the perspective of a gentleman.
I'm your host, J.D. Denbow, and this is my eager co-host,
Mac.
What's up?
What's up?
You having a good day so far?
I am cold. I'm not going to lie to you. I am freezing freaking cold right now.
It is February, coldest month of the year. So with that being said, we're going to do the show anyway as cold as it is. So today we're going to tackle a variety of subjects and activities and offer our take on them. Or as they say in the common tongue, sitting around and shooting the shit. Is that about right?
That sounds about right.
Good. So let's go ahead and move on to pop culture. We like to start off with that. And pop culture covers a variety of topics such as music, movies, sports, video games, comic books, food, and social media. And given that I'm pretty hungry right now, Mac, you have any good food lately?
I know some good food that we're going to have here soon. Foreshadowing.
We usually have a hot link, but today it won't be hot links. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, but anything else? Anything?
I went to Ron's. I went to Ron's the other day. I woke up and it was like several hours still before I had to go to work. So I was just like, my wife was like, I don't feel like cooking. I was like, well, I don't feel like taking the kids out when they're not behaving. So we came to an agreement. They got under control by about time dinner was, and I was like, let's go to Ron's.
And for our audience that doesn't know, it's Ron's Hamburger and Chili. So it's just a good old greasy burger place with some good chili.
They make real good hamburgers and cheeseburgers, bacon cheeseburgers, but you order, it's not like a meal. Like you don't get like a burger and fries. Like you order whatever on the side that you want different.
Oh man, you do fries, fried okra. My wife does Spanish fries. I mean,
Okra's a winner.
I think they do tater tots too. I'll have to ask my nephew.
Chili cheese tots.
We go there all the time. But and also
pickles.
Ron's is famous for their sausage cheeseburger. It's just a mixture of beef and sausage. And if you haven't had that yet, you're going to love it. So I highly recommend for those that are local and know about Ron's, try that sausage cheeseburger. Even if you just go for the chili.
Yeah.
You just go for the chili. You add jalapenos to it, cheese, you're set. Or do what I do. Go get the burger, go have your side, grease it up, and then get chili to go. We're talking it's going to be a fun day.
We get large cheese fries, large okra, and then all of our whatever we want to eat. So like I'll get the bacon cheeseburger, she'll get what she wants. We'll get the kids something. There's pictures on the menu, so I'm still in the mentality. You just show them the menu with the pictures, and they just whatever they point at, is what they're
Kid
eating.
friendly.
Yeah.
Well, another thing they have too is a jalapeno chicken basket that they fry up. Dude. Mwah.
You like jalapenos?
I do like jalapenos, yes. Now I don't do hot things very well, but jalapenos is a good spice to liven up the meal. But sometimes the jalapeno, depending the season, can be a little too much for me.
Have you ever had Brahms breakfast?
Yes.
Like a grande scrambler burrito, whatever breakfast burrito thing from there?
No, I've never done a breakfast burrito from there.
They throw jalapenos in that, and it is terrible tasting. I do not enjoy it. And every time I tell them I don't want jalapeno in it, they always mess it up.
Sometimes it's overdone. Like sometimes jalapeno, instead of complementing the meal and heightening it, it almost steals away like onion does sometimes. It can be really strong and overpowering. So I don't think I do as many jalapenos as I used to, but boy, I do like them.
It's like 50% of what's inside the burrito.
No.
Like, yo.
That's a no.
Nope.
But yeah. And so I had a birthday recently, a couple weeks ago, and I took off work and treated myself to a few places I enjoy. And one of the places I got to enjoy is my little splurge, my little cheat. I had it twice. I had Taco Bueno. Taco Bueno has had an interesting history, and there's a lot of history with it, but an interesting history recently where, I think they were going under, and then they were bought out by somebody. And when they were bought out, they changed up so many things. Like the meat didn't really taste like meat anymore. It was just bland, no flavor. It's like customer service got worse, and there were so many things against it that I never need to go back. So I decided out of the blue about 6 months ago, I'll try it again. I'm getting tired of getting the same old things every day, Chick-Fil-A and whatnot. So I try it, and I guess they listened to some feedback because it's back. Taco Bueno is back. It's delicious. I get the beef chilada platter. I do the cheese, chips and queso, the beans, and then even like quesadilla. It's all good. And so Bueno is back on my menu, and I recommend that quite a bit. I know it's usually pretty regional, but I believe it's Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, maybe Colorado. And the reason for that is the actual history lesson here way in the past is who designed Taco Bueno. His name is Bill Waugh. Bill Waugh is a fascinating man because he's one of those guys in like when it comes not just the food industry, when it comes to other things he did in his life. His story kind of plays out like Forrest Gump. He was just a really cool dude, and so the way his story plays out, like he was brought up normally in the Midwest. I want to say Texas, maybe it was Colorado. I think it was Colorado actually, but he lived in all these regions that I mentioned. And or states, and he went to school. He was in the military, but he went to school, and he was doing architecture and design, and he was a brilliant designer on things. So he after college, he just wanted to create things. But I think I believe he went to went to Vietnam, and then he had a military career. But then when he came back, he started up a few restaurants that we all should be familiar with. He established Taco Bueno. But famously, he also established Casa Bonita. He created Crystal's Pizza. He also created Burger Street.
I thought Casa Bonita was gone.
It is. Well, there's one left. It's coming back, actually, in Colorado. So I know those locals are really excited. But yeah, Casa Bonita, I believe, is going to be in Denver. Casa Bonita was here where we live, and it was all over Texas. And usually it was paired up with Crystal's Pizza. Now, Crystal's Pizza... You know how they say today, like anything modern, oh, no one ever had it as good as we did when we were kids. This is that scenario where Crystal's Pizza was, man, forget incredible pizza. This is the place you wanted to go. It had the same architecture style because he brought to his restaurants. I mean, if you just went in those places, like statues and columns and archways and just waterfalls,
cave systems,
right down to the design of the rugs. It was like stepping into a 1920s Grand Hall ballroom. You felt important. And then Casa Bonita, you know what I'm talking about. If you really remember Crystal's Pizza, you really know what I'm talking about. So you'd walk into Crystal's Pizza, and there were so many rooms, or chambers as I called them as a kid. You had your pizza room, your dining room, like several dining rooms, or you have in the common area where the video games are everywhere, actual video games. They have a section for like the more physical games, like the skee ball, the basketball shoots. But there were so many games in a downstairs pit setting. There's a pit level. And they had a movie theater you go into, a classical styled 20s movie theater. You'd sit there, and they'd show old cartoons. You could eat in there, and you'd walk back out. I mean, they had live bands, not these animatronics you'd have from like Chuck E. Cheese or Celebration Station. It just was, I don't know, it was the best setting as a kid. And I was like, wow, as a kid, I loved it. And then they went away about mid-90s where we live. And I think the last one closed down 2013, 2014 in Texas. And then Casa Bonita was slowly following. But at least Casa Bonita is getting resurrected. Taco Bueno and Burger Street are still around. Burger Street's hot take. Burger Street is better than Whataburger. Whataburger, for those that are in Texas and Oklahoma.
The burger or fries is better.
The burger is way better than Whataburger at Burger Street. The fries used to be the best fries I've ever had in a fast food, and they decided to switch it up. I think it was a poor decision. They switched it up to where they wanted to be more like Arby's because everyone kept talking about Arby's curly fries, and that's been like the past 10 years they changed that. I had Burger Street a few weeks ago actually, and their fries were okay. I think they changed something to where it wasn't as heavily seasoned like Arby's is.
Yeah.
So it's manageable, good curly fries.
Do you like Five Guys fries?
I do. I've had it twice. I've not gone back because I haven't made that YouTube money yet.
Yeah.
But hey, let's go to Five Guys once we make it big.
If we make it big, I'll take you out to Five Guys.
But this guy creatively, like I said, Bill Waugh designed even Taco Bueno now. You look at Taco Bueno now, it's kind of drab looking. Then they do the modern updates. Like even McDonald's is all like, where's the fun? Where's the color? It's all just Jetson-y looking. It's not fun. Well, anyway, so all the stucco at Taco Bueno, and even Burger Street just had this classic flourish design and great colors. And so anyway, the man had an eye for architecture. And I remember when Crystals and Casa Bonita went under here, then they went in. People that went and what's that called? Renovated and knocked it all down on the insides. They were auctioning off all kinds of things, from chandeliers to everything. I have a neighbor down the road who used to perform there on stage and clean and wait and bus. And he talked about Bill Wad, like how he would just help people. And if they needed, he would give them money. I don't know. He was just a really cool dude and real fascinating. He had, had a family, a bunch of grandkids, and he just was he's like a big, fun grandpa with a great history. And if I had to make a confession, believe it or not, I'm not saying this is a proof of his wonderful design and architecture. I'm saying I own a piece of history from Casa Bonita.
What is it?
This desk and table that we do our show from is from Casa Bonita.
That is cool.
It was offered to me from somebody that was doing the renovations, and they were just kind of getting rid of some stuff. And while I know somebody that actually kept a cool chandelier, they said, "Hey, JD, you want these tables from Casa Bonita?" I said, "Man, that'd be cool." So that's why I have them on display here, and it's a little fun little wink and nod. But yeah, piece of Casa Bonita history right here. So
It's sad when places like that close down, man.
Yeah.
That Casa Bonita was by the old Spaghetti Warehouse, right?
No, Spaghetti Warehouse was actually downtown. It's just kind of right there.
Maybe I'm tripping. I thought they were right by each other.
No, you're thinking of, okay, so what you're thinking of is actually Crystals. It was called, the sign said...
Oh, I got them backwards. My bad.
The sign is Crystals Pizza and Spaghetti. That was the actual name.
Gotcha.
It was lit up like Broadway, So yeah, you're good memory. Good memory. Did you ever remember going to any of those?
Oh, yeah. I loved Casa Bonita. The very end, when you get your little sopapilla, you tear the corner, dump a ton of honey into it, and eat it up. Like, I'm all about Casa Bonita.
I never added honey.
What?
Not a honey fan. Hot take.
I'm not a fan of honey. I like sopapillas and honey.
I'm a fan of my honey. So that's my pop culture take when it comes to food. I just think that's a fascinating history, and for those that loved these restaurants, it was just all created by one really cool man, and so
thanks for giving us that history lesson.
You're welcome. Look him up, Bill Waugh, Waugh, I believe, specifically for the food, fascinating history, and for those of you that live in Colorado, congratulations on getting Casa Bonita back. And if you're going to go to Colorado, check it out. Piece of history. So, yeah, that'll wrap it up for me. Now comes the journey we've all been waiting to take. Everyone's favorite segment as voted on Twitter. We're talking about the crazy take. So, Mac, the crazy take. Do you have anything for us this week when it comes to being on a hypothetical journey?
So have you ever seen Freaky Friday?
Yes.
Okay. So you know how in Freaky Friday they one day wake up and they're in a different body?
Yep.
Okay. So you wake up tomorrow and you're in a different body. Mm-hmm. It's the body of a celebrity. Mm. They're the opposite sex and you ain't going back. Okay? So who is it and what do you do with new said body?
Princess Fiona. Okay. No. Whose body would I want to be inhabiting?
Yeah, whose body would you
A
snatch?
celebrity of the opposite sex.
Body snatcher.
Body snatcher. I'm going to go with actress Renee Russo.
Okay. Fill the people that don't know who that is in.
Oh, I will. There'll be plenty of pictures. So, from my personal collection. No, I'm just a big fan of hers. Renee Russo is somebody who, in her role she plays, she's usually pretty athletic, pretty strong, but not like Hollywood fake either. She's just a beautiful, graceful, classical beauty looking woman. And if I had to choose a body to go into, I guess it would be hers. So,
So do you use that body to take over the world? Would you keep acting?
Would I continue to be Renee Russo, or would I be me as Renee Russo? Okay, so I'm in her body.
Would you mimic her prior behaviors, or would you just take on a whole new...
Well, she doesn't really do much acting right now. She last showed up in a couple Marvel movies, I believe. But she was more prominent in the late 80s and the 90s and early 2000s. But how long am I going to be stuck there?
Forever.
I have to be Rene Russo forever.
Yeah, forever. So pick somebody early.
Somebody currently?
No, early.
Early.
Like you don't want to pick like you pick like an 85-year-old person. You don't have much runway.
Don't get us canceled.
You don't have much runway.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if I'm gonna pick somebody, you know what I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So if we're doing present day,
Yeah.
I am gonna pick an actress I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of Jennifer Lawrence.
That's Katniss, right?
That's Katniss from The Hunger Games, and Mystique in the recent Fox X-Men movies. Anyway, not a fan of hers. Only movie I liked her in was a movie called Passengers with her and Chris Pratt. And it's kind of like it takes place where it's basically like a Noah's Ark scenario, going to another planet, establishing new colonies because we ruined our planet here. And Chris Pratt,
Realistic scenario.
we should have listened to Greta.
Yeah.
But Chris Pratt wakes up. You're supposed to sleep during this journey because it's going to be a lifetime of journey. So he wakes up because there was a malfunction in his pod. And he's all alone. He's pushed to the edge. You really feel bad for him. But he had been seeing this other person, Jennifer Lawrence. And he had to make this hard choice selfishly to save his own life. He woke her up. And
How mad would you be if that happened to you?
boy,
How mad would you be if you were supposed to be like under for
they
who knows how long
they
and somebody
formed-
woke you up?
Because at this point in time, I think it was going to be like another 50, 60 years, maybe 30 years before they were going to get to their destination. And there's no way to go back to sleep.
Right.
So he woke her up. They did form a good relationship. They were close. But it came out. I think one of the android bartenders revealed what happened. It was pretty ugly there for a while, but some events happened that brought them back together. Well, I'm not going to spoil the ending. So
That sounds like an actual interesting movie.
it's a good movie. It really is a good movie. So that's the only movie I like her in. I even liked her name, Aurora Lane. So I would inhabit Jennifer Lawrence for the fact that I would have her age, her resilience. She's beautiful. I'm not saying she's not beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. Not my type, but she's beautiful. So I would have that on my side. And she's held in such high regard in Hollywood. I will then go out of my way to redeem the
Do
roles.
it better than she's done it herself.
I will redeem the roles that I will pick the roles she doesn't pick now. I will be in these films and I'm going to act my ass off, and people are going to want to see my Jennifer Lawrence movies. And and I can do it classy. I don't need to. Yeah, it's just going to be classy, and I'm going to outact Jennifer Lawrence as Jennifer Lawrence.
That is awfully cocky of you.
I would no. Trust me.
sir.
Trust me. As a man that knows movies, as a man that can analyze certain habits and certain styles, I will bring my knowledge and my skill to the game. I'll be doing Jennifer Lawrence a favor.
She seems awkward.
I mean, yeah, even in her interviews.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about
That's fine.
specifically.
That's just her personality. I'm just talking specifically her craft.
Yeah.
Her craft, I will fix. And then you'll see more. But when it comes to actually the personality, you'll probably see.
J.D. Denbow, acting coach extraordinaire.
You'll probably see me like, well, Jennifer Lawrence showed up at a cigar bar today and was just playing poker with the boys.
I hope she sees this.
I hope she does too.
I would love.
I'll try to keep your personal life going the way you want and get appearances, but your career route is going to change.
Who's she dating right now?
I think she's married to a director.
Would you keep married to that director?
No, I'm divorcing him. I don't like that
was gonna
director.
say.
He's the director. God, what is his name? He's the director of like the Russell Crowe Noah movie, Mother. He directs these depressing, religious movies. I cannot stand his movies, and being married to that, it's like no, because she stars in some of his films, and I don't want to be a part of that either.
Yeah.
So hey, buddy, I'm an empowered woman. It's time for me to move on. And settle.
point.
And that's the thing. And that's a whole other topic right there. Would I want to remarry a man?
You would have to.
We're going to revisit that in a future take.
Okay.
For the sake of that. And that's it. Okay, so that's about it for the crazy take. Did you hear that?
What was it?
Man, my stomach's growling.
Oh man,
I'm still hungry.
Something?
Huh?
We need to eat something.
Yeah, you got any ideas?
I think we could issue a gentleman's challenge. So what do we have here, JD?
We have death incarnate on a plate. So We're looking at a challenge, and I was hungry, but I'm starting to question. But the good news is I was cold earlier. I'm going to be hot. So we have a hot chicken challenge where we're going to see who can devour the 5 pieces of chicken the fastest. This is covered in a very extremely hot substance. Extremely hot substance. So first to finish wins. Or whoever taps out, immediate loser. Now, let's say if you tap out after only having 2, or after having 3, and I've only had 2, I need to at least be equal with him. Just go for that third. That's the gentleman thing to do.
Yeah, you got to pass.
So here we go.
You're not a spicy guy, right?
I'm not a spicy guy, are you?
I hate spicy food.
Man, okay, well, all right.
And these are big chicken wings, or chicken legs. They're drumsticks. I don't know if you can see it very
Gigantic drumsticks.
We'll put pictures, but
Yeah.
It's awfully huge. It's not just like 5 wings. It's like 5 jumbo giant chicken pieces.
So yeah. We're going to go ahead and commence with the challenge. Then we'll follow up immediately with the comeuppance for the lesser man, and then we'll seg right into our hot take. Get it? Hot take?
I'm not in the mood, JD.
I know. They say laughter brings levity. It didn't this time. And 1, 2, 3, go.
A few moments later.
My face is on fire.
Yep. That's a good.
Feel free to tap. Tap. Tap.
No.
Please. You beat me. You're gonna win.
Did I win?
I thought you would give up. I'm not gonna just eat it knowing that you're gonna eat it.
Did I? But did I win though? We are survivors. Well, that was the most intense gentleman's challenge to date. I humbly accept the better man title once again, but I'm telling you, it didn't feel like a victory. My mouth is on fire. I can't feel my face.
I congratulate you because you were gonna make it to the end, and there was no point in me eating wing 4 and 5 just to lose anyways.
I see.
And I'm gonna throw up. Is what's gonna happen. I keep tasting it. Oh man.
All right, keep it tight.
Oh.
So here's the thing. That was pretty hot. Mm-hmm. It sounds like we need to cool you off, buddy. We're going to enter into the comeuppance for the lesser man. Welcome to the Comeuppance for the Lesser Man. So, because that was a real hot challenge, we're now going to have to help Matt cool off here. Let's go. One. You have just witnessed the comeuppance for the lesser man. And did that cool you off at all?
It did. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to say that I felt like winning, but I'm winner in name only. That sucked for me too.
Oh, I agree.
So we might have gone overboard with the cooling off segment. But
in 20-degree weather outside.
My wife prepared a nice hot cup of Joe there for him to warm up too. So
no pneumonia for me.
It's been a real up and down roller coaster journey. So, but see, since we're hot, cold, let's go ahead and just go to hot take.
Alrighty. So my hot take now. I would say that anybody that likes hot food is psychopathic, but that wasn't my original hot take. So for you hot food lovers out there, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you, but it's not what you think it is.
It just really stays with you.
No, my hot take is actually Chick-Fil-A related. Chick-Fil-A is not that great. Why do you look over at me like that?
Well, Tuesday's episode, I don't know, was like a, kind of directed. This I kind of feels personal because, I eat a lot of Chick-fil-A. But please continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Tuesday we got a little personal too. So yeah, Chick-fil-A is not that great. I think that it's overpriced and overrated. Everybody goes there. It's just chicken, guys. It's just chicken. It's not that great.
But they do lose their minds.
I don't know what's people's obsession, but I will say, in fairness, somebody got me a shake from Chick-fil-A. It's the first shake that I've ever had from Chick-fil-A, and it was like maybe a week ago. And it was a chocolate shake, and it was pretty good. Tasted like cold chocolate milk.
That's always good. Who doesn't love a good shake? But honestly, when you're saying that in this particular region we are in, Chick-fil-A was just a restaurant in the mall before they started having their own establishments. So their chicken sandwich, it was okay. It was fun to go to and have Chick-fil-A. But I think one of the main reasons they introduced spicy chicken filet, the spicy chicken sandwich, which, that upped their game. But what really was the game changer was the nuggets. I think they released had the nuggets, and everyone just lost their collective minds, and people treated Chick-fil-A with those nuggets similar to how people freak out on tacos. It's just like, it's good. I mean, I have it a lot, and a lot of my coworkers and family know I probably have an addiction. But I just think it's really good. I'm not like, oh my God, hashtag it, but it's good. It's overrated. I'll give you that.
You introduced me to those chicken chunks before, and I had them. I ate probably a quarter of them or half of them. I mean, they were all right.
And one thing, too, I eat them without sauce. If it's good enough to have without sauce, if you don't need the sauce, then it's good, in my opinion. But
I am with honey mustard.
Do you remember the competitor, Popeye's chicken sandwich that came out a couple summers ago, and everyone's like, screw Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
And I had one. I had to think about it. I think I had one. I did. It wasn't that memorable. It was okay. Maybe I'm not trying to be a brand loyalist, but Chick-fil-A was all right.
I just think that, like, in my life, I've had so much chicken already. It's like nothing really differentiates itself. It's just chicken.
Yeah.
Like, if you base yourself around, like, the most bland meat, that's pretty much what you get. It's like, I mean, it's fun. It's tasty, but I'd rather like eat fried chicken from even KFC, which I'm not a big fan of KFC either.
I agree. I'll do KFC.
I'd rather do fried chicken from KFC over a chicken sandwich from there.
You got to mention chicken. We just ate chicken.
Yeah.
And a funny thing about that
I'd eat
is,
Chick-fil-A over that.
but when it comes to chicken, it's like we're not about wasting our time, money, or our valuable stomach space, because we said at the Texas Day Brazil conversation, skip the chicken, skip the pork, skip everything else that you can have at any normal barbecue. When I go to a restaurant, if I ever get chicken that's not Chick-fil-A related, it's probably going to be in fajitas, but it's usually a combination of I have to have beef, shrimp, and chicken. But I don't go out of my way to get chicken. I'll do chicken at the house. Mm-hmm. But restaurant chicken, is there a good place that you can recommend that is really good chicken? Not like fried chicken places, but a place that actually has really good chicken.
I can tell you what place does not have good chicken.
What's that?
It's at a Santa Fe place. Santa Fe has terrible chicken. There's this thing called a wagon full, and they hammer it. Like it tastes like frying pan. It's like thin, like super thin, completely hardened.
Dry.
And you bite into it, and you could start a fire with it. Don't go there.
Santa Fe Cattle Company, another sponsor we're not going to have.
I'm just saying.
We're just knocking them out here.
Southwest Shrimp, Po' Boy, is pretty decent there.
I've had that po' boy. They load that sucker up with shrimp.
That is good.
Getting your money's worth.
I told them when I was like to the waitress, I said, I'm not holding it against you, but you should tell whoever's in charge that this is heinous. Like, this tastes bad. There's no reason for you to have this on the menu.
Were you saying it like, Madam, come here.
I was just like, hey,
I shite.
You're good. You're
on
good.
your
Don't worry
food.
about it. Don't worry about it. But your tip is the same. You've been a great waitress, but this is terrible. You should tell them.
Yeah, that's a pretty hot take, because I know people that will be triggered by that.
I
myself was not really triggered, nor did I feel personally attacked, because I do like Chick-fil-A. But yeah,
I don't even mind the Sunday thing. I don't care. It's like, well, I mean,
that's a cool gimmick, I guess, but it pisses people off. Sunday, let's go get. Oh, we can't.
I don't care about you enough to even realize that you're closed that day.
There was a meme that said if here's an idea where you can get like a chicken food truck, park it over next to a Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, and call it Side Chick. We're open Sundays.
Side Chick. What kind of hot take you got for us?
All right. So this is more of a personal one for me as far as how I view it, but it's on the positive side. Many do not feel the same way. I'm going to go ahead and state that the actor Nicolas Cage is a good actor. A lot of people don't believe me or agree with me, and that's fine. And yes, do I think he's crazy? Sure. Is he an overactor? Of course he is. And it's cool to appeal to that side of things, and I don't want to be the trendy. Oh, Nick Cage is cool now because he does crazy stuff now. I've always liked Nick Cage. I've always liked him. He did some silly comedies in the '80s and early '90s, but once he started taking a turn and he started becoming a dramatic actor, he was doing okay. But it's when he became more of an action star or hero or a character with good morality, good morals, and integrity. The Rock with Sean Connery.
Oh, I like that movie.
Solid film. He played a fish out of water FBI agent so well. And the way they work together, The Rock's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I like it.
And he followed it up with, other things that while people consider cheesy, I'm telling you, Con Air is still a good time. Mm-hmm. Even if it's, just an over-the-top action. It's just a good time. His character in that one, it was a lot of fun. His overacting is great. So, like, as he was transitioning from action star into, like, the next phases of his career in the early 2000s, he went to Face Off. And if you ever saw Face Off, he played a dual role in where he's an over-the-top villain, and then he's also an over-the-top hero. And he did that well. I mean, like, his stock was going up for me. He was in a noir detective movie called Snake Eyes. And that's a Brian De Palma film. Brilliant movie. Brilliant acted. Him and Gary Sinise. Ooh. And then he started doing other things, like with Ridley Scott, like Matchstick Men, where he plays a con artist with like OCD and tics, and yeah. So he had. It was a good story. But then he started getting into like a little bit more out there, like with Ghost Rider. That is kind of where for me he became Nick Cage.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, I like Gone in 60 Seconds. I love Gone in 60 Seconds. I forgot to mention that one. Yeah.
I don't think he overdoes it in that.
No. He's really fun in that one. And matter of fact, only one I'm not a fan of in that one's Angelina Jolie.
I don't like her with blonde hair.
No, or those dreads. Ugh. So anyway, but yeah. So Nick Cage in that movie was great, but with Ghost Rider, he's just doing this freak out because he's transforming into the Ghost Rider. It was perfect. But then after that, he kind of transitioned to like the B movie status, and he has 2 or 3 movies a year. And there's one he did like last year I want to see, and it's where he's playing himself, the massive talent of Nicolas Cage or something, or it's something like that. And at this point in time, he's embracing his persona and how people view it, and he's still going. I'm a big fan. Nick Cage is not so bad. I think he has the acting chops. I think he has the over-the-top entertaining chops. And he even has the history where he was still coming up, and it's cringy but good stuff he did. So Nick Cage is a good actor.
I can neither agree nor disagree. So we'll take your word for it.
Let us know down below. What do you think about Nick Cage? Oh, also he's very memeable. His memes are
I just don't know.
This is coming from a movie guy, but yeah, Nick Cage is good. So anyway, we've hit celebrities. We talked about food. We talked about a lot of stuff, and covered a lot of topics in a manner most refined. And we established who the better man was for the episode, and who the lesser man is. And just for now, I'm not keeping score because that's not what I do.
I am 4-2.
Real mature. Anyway, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our page, and follow us on Twitter. There's a lot of engagement on Twitter with polls and behind-the-scenes clips. We're still kind of trying to get started. Instagram, it will be launching very soon with some exclusive content. So, yeah, go ahead and sign up for those. And the links will be at the end of the video because I'm not allowed to put them in the description. So, with all that being said, all we covered today came together beautifully and formed a perfect take.
Or a gentleman's take.
Indeed. Well, until we meet again, be sure to sit back, sip some bourbon,
smoke a stogie,
and appreciate the finer things in life. The Audience Take.
We want to hear from you.
Any suggestions or requests for future takes, challenges, comeuppance, or criticisms, please email us at AGentlemansTakePodcast@gmail.com.
Don't forget to check out our Twitter and Instagram pages for exclusive content.